It's in Genesis 22 verse 5. Abraham was going to sacrifice Isaac. It was obedience to God. So any life that is not poured out to fulfilling God's purpose is not a life that knows worship. I told you many times, the best worship service that earth experienced was in the Garden of Gethsemane. When Jesus said, Father, if it were possible, let this cup pass me by. He said, yet not my will but thine. Anybody who is a worshiper will learn how to substitute his will for God's will. If you have not reached there, you can sing and cry, you are not a worshiper. You can have a golden voice, you are not a worshiper. God is not moved by our voice as much as he's moved by the disposition of our heart. So a life that is lived to worship God is a life that has eternal consequence. And finally, I told you what gives value to your existence is the degree to which you carry God's kingdom to your spheres of influence. We are not bankers. We are not lecturers. We are not politicians. We are not celebrities. We are spiritual men that are carrying a spiritual kingdom into an earthly dimension. Everywhere you find yourself is a platform to establish thy kingdom come. If you are in government, if you are in music, if you are in the academia, and you are not able to bring the influence of God there, your existence is inconsequential to God. That's why the Bible said in 2 Corinthians 5:20, it said we are ambassadors of Christ. This is not our home. We are pilgrims on the face of the earth. But in order for us to interact with the civilization that we have found ourselves in, we of necessity must participate in that civilization. So if you find yourself lecturing, it's a platform for establishing thy kingdom come. If you find yourself in music, it's a platform to establish thy kingdom come. If you find yourself in medicine, it's a platform to establish thy kingdom come. If you find yourself in government, it's a platform to establish thy kingdom come. If you can't bring God's will, God's righteousness, God's ways, your existence is irrelevant. This is what the devil is fighting. So when we come for miracle service like this, it's beyond making somebody healthy. The reason making you healthy is important is so that you can be active in the pursuit of knowing God. It's so that you can be active in the pursuit of worshiping God. It's so that you can be active in the pursuit of establishing God's kingdom. If I was sick, I wouldn't preach here tonight. If you are sick, you cannot go to work. If you are weak, you cannot express God's kingdom. Which God is that you serve that has no implication in your circumstances? So the way God equips us to do the things that are important to him, amongst other things, is to give us a good health, is to intervene again and again in our lives so that we are in the right place to be able to advance his kingdom. And Satan knows that if it is well with us, it will be well with God's kingdom. So when he attacks you, beyond you is God's kingdom is attacking. It's not about the headache you feel. It's not about the tumor in your body. It's not about the pain in your heart. It's about God's kingdom that you carry. If you are an ambassador, anywhere you go, you carry the kingdom there. So if you can't move, the kingdom can't move. I told somebody, revival amongst other things is when believers are in action. Because when we move, God moves. So when we talk about the move of God, we are actually talking about believers who have discovered who they are and they are functioning in that reality. So the devil stops you to stop God's kingdom. And so when God intervenes in your life, he's not just trying to change your circumstance, he's also trying to advance his kingdom. Because you are the custodian of God's kingdom on the earth, on the face of the earth. You are kingdom personified. You are divinity expressed through humanity.